Health information has never been easier to find than it is today. With one click on your smartphone or computer, answers pop up in seconds. But how do we know the information is accurate? There are a lot of misunderstandings about clinical trials. And misconceptions can prevent people with serious diseases, including leukemia, from receiving the best possible care. So, what are some of those myths? Let's start with a common one. If I join a clinical trial, I may get a placebo instead of the real treatment. It's important to note that in many clinical trials that get media attention, participants don't have active disease. For example, healthy participants may get a placebo in a trial exploring the benefits of vitamins. In this case, getting a placebo wouldn't harm people who are already healthy. However, it's different in clinical trials where participants have been diagnosed with a serious condition. In these trials, patients do not get a placebo. They will either get a new treatment or the best regular standard of care therapy, depending on the trial. Either way, they'll receive a viable form of treatment for their disease. Okay, here's myth number 2. Clinical trials are last resorts when all other treatments fail, or they're only for people with advanced stage diseases. There are actually clinical trials for all condition types and disease stages, even cancer in the earliest stages. Some clinical trials are for people who have tried all available treatments. Others are for participants who haven't tried any treatments yet. We're always trying to improve care. As researchers, we aren't happy until the cure rate for a disease is 100%. And even then, we perform trials to figure out how to minimize or eliminate treatment side effects without sacrificing effectiveness. And here's another common myth. I'll be treated like a guinea pig. This misconception comes from the idea of a scientist cooking something up in a laboratory and making someone try it. It's untrue, and actually, trials go through multiple layers of review before a patient is ever involved. Institutional review boards, or IRBs, review clinical trial sites and processes to make sure participants stay safe. At a higher level, the federal government can stop all research at an institution if trials are conducted in unsafe ways. And some people mistrust research because of events that occurred in the past when clinical trial regulation wasn't monitored closely. But processes today protect you every step of the way. And if you choose, you can leave a clinical trial at any time for any reason. Here's one more myth. Clinical trials are dangerous because they use untested drugs. Preclinical studies look for harmful effects before testing a new drug in people. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration examines all preclinical study results before allowing human testing. However, it's important to know that researchers might not discover some side effects until the drug is actually tested in humans. Depending on your situation, a clinical trial's benefits may outweigh the risks. You and your oncologist must discuss and consider the pros and cons, and your risk tolerance. So, don't let misconceptions prevent you from considering clinical trials as a treatment option for leukemia. The best way to understand facts about clinical trials is to talk with your oncologist and get all of your questions answered. To learn more about leukemia clinical trials and to access the Leukemia Research Foundation's online clinical trial search tool, visit leukemiarf.org. Thanks for joining us.